Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So tonight we're going to talk about talking points, rhetoric, and being lucky. Because we are lucky, right? Born in the greatest country on the planet, USA. A country that is normally unscathed by things like this. Because we've got those oceans protecting us. It's been that way since we were founded. And we tend to be proactive. We're in a different situation now. So, the talking points have gone out. Everybody's got their script, and man, they are sticking to it. It's time to rally everybody. Get everybody in the fight. Everybody back in the cause. The problem is we're the U.S. And since we are the United States, we only rally for one reason. And you better hope that you're not the country we're rallying against. Because all it takes is for somebody to wave a flag, and we are ready. And that's the rhetoric that's getting used. That wartime rhetoric. This is our Pearl Harbor moment. And sure, as an analogy, okay, yeah, it's going to be in history books, it's going to be relevant, we all have to come together. Got it. If that's where it stops, fine. But that's not where it's stopping. Invoking that nationalism. But the thing is, this isn't wartime. We don't have any opposition. None we can see, anyway. But it becomes all about the U.S. Makes it real easy to write off those others, those people everywhere else. Because they're not really a part of the U.S., so they're not with us. And in wartime, if you're not with us, well, you're against us. And that allows us to justify things we might not normally justify. Like withholding supplies, cutting off funding to international organizations trying to help. Because they're not with us. That nationalism. That nationalism isn't helpful. In the best of times, nationalism is a disease far more dangerous than what's out there right now. Because it infects your mind. Causes you to take pride in things you had nothing to do with. And hate people you've never met and did nothing to you. I'm really glad other countries aren't using that rhetoric. Because I picked up supplies today. Cases upon cases. Cases of this, one of the items. Hope it's clear, hope you can read it. Of course, if you want to read it, you better be familiar with Italian. Italy. They're having a hard time right now. But we got gowns. The masks came from China. The goggles, Taiwan. The pressure infusers came from Mexico and Israel. The long IV tubing so the nurses don't have to go into the room each time and they can save on supplies, Brazil. We are in this together. But we appear to be the only country that doesn't understand that. That thing out there, it doesn't care what color your passport is. It doesn't care what language you speak, and it doesn't care what's on your birth certificate. We are in this together. We have to focus on the most immediate need first. Some of those places are in the United States. Some of them are elsewhere. Cooperation is what will get us through this. Because this thing, it does not care about your borders. It's not going to get a visa. And contrary to the branding, you can't actually lock down borders like that. And if we do succeed in writing everybody else off and letting it run rampant everywhere else and controlling it here, we never come off lockdown. You better get real used to staying at home and watching Netflix. Because it doesn't care about those imaginary lines. Those borders, they only exist because we say they do. This thing, it exists either way, whether or not you believe in it. So sure, it's our Pearl Harbor moment. You want to be proud of the United States? You want to invoke that nationalism? Do something worthy of being proud of. We have had years of lackluster leadership that has damaged our reputation everywhere. And it's getting worse by the day. When this type of rhetoric comes out, when that nationalism gets invoked, we have to push back against it. They're helping us. We should probably help them too. Because this is a global fight. We are all in this together. And that doesn't stop at the borders. Anyway, it's just a thought. Stay at home. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Y'all have a good night.